Greetings, Africa. I'm quite sure by now everybody has come across the recent statement or an article or, whatever that is circulating about the Pope endorsing civil union laws for same sex couples. As a black man in the Western world, well, that really doesn't concern me. But as a black man in this world, that also concerns me. In other words, what I'm saying is that when it comes to laws that have been passed to encourage homosexuality and LGBT in the Western world, I'm okay with it. But when those laws also have to affect people that look like me and people who are from the continent of Africa, because when these laws are going to be passed, since the Pope is now pushing towards it, and this is when it comes to LGBT, this is something that has been pushed for a long time now, for quite a time now, for quite some time now. It's been pushed by Westerners and some gullible blacks. People are also pushing for the LGBT endorsement, especially in Africa. And as you also know, many Western countries have tried to influence our African leaders to actually pass laws in the countries in Africa when it comes to LGBTQ. They want them to be a little bit more open, and they even try to entice them with money. Though many of the African leaders have spoken against it and have from time to time, you know, expressed themselves vividly about, you know, anti-homosexuality in Africa, not accepting it, not tolerating it. But let me tell you something. The fact that African leaders are not finding ways to create better economy in the continent of Africa, and they decide to choose to go and ask for money in the Western world or China or other nations rather than come up with ways to create finances in the continent of Africa will eventually push them to actually allow homosexuality to grow in the continent of Africa. So what I'm saying is this: we have been relying too much as African people on the Western world about their own views, about them shoving down their ideas on us black people for too long. When will African people wake up and become agenda centers in the lives of black people on the continent, rather than allowing Catholic religion to control the sphere of religion in the continent of Africa? Why can't African people create their own religion and control it and set the agenda? You see, the Pope somehow represents what God or Jesus Christ is all about on earth, and has all the powers to change what is to happen religiously. And everybody that is Catholic just have to follow. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is this: will the people of Africa who are Catholics and Christians follow the endorsement of civil union laws in the continent of Africa? Because this is going to start happening soon. it might not happen now. The fact that the Pope has decided to endorse it after so many years, which countries in the Western world have pushed for the endorsement of LGBTs in Africa. Now the religion, Catholic religion, you see, many Africans don't think that, and they don't believe that religion is man-made, which means that man sets what is to happen when it comes to religion. Just like the Pope is now setting the civil union laws that needs to be passed, that needs to be uh, um, passed down by different government, and they want people in the world to just accept it. Religion is man-made, and so long as it's man-made, man can change it. Meaning that the African people, if they are really serious about their religion, will have to control their fear of spirituality, of godliness, or allow somebody that doesn't look like them to control the sphere of religion in the continent of Africa and in the continent of all black people all over the world. So when will African people wake up? How often have you seen Western world with the influence of money shove down money in the faces of African leaders to push the ideas of LGBT in the continent of Africa? How often does that happen? Year in, year out. Now the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church is endorsing civil union laws for same-sex couples. When that is passed down, how is that going to affect the continent of Africa? Will the African people accept it and go with the flow, or will they revolt religiously and create their own religion so that they can control their own sphere? You see, many times when whites or European have a concert or some musical concert where they promote humanity, promote the idea that we are all humans, and you see an African star, who have made it to, through hard work or whatever, and successfully made it, and is performing in front of a crowd of white celebrities. They talk of humanity there. Or we are all humans. We should all see ourselves as humans. But the reality is that we are not treated as humans. There are classes of humanity. And in this world, in this universe, the white race is the first class of humanity. And you might say go by Asians, you might say go by Indians, you might say go Africa or black people are the bottom of the human race. And even the leaders in the African continent may think they are above the rest of black people when it comes to humanity, but that's not true. They are just strategically being used by those who are the first class, which is the white race of humanity, to control them and take whatever resources they need. Religion is a way of controlling people. It's man-made. It's African people gonna endorse LGBT and allow it in the continent of Africa, or are they gonna fight it? And if they're gonna fight it with their leaders, fight it with them, or with their leaders sell them out. Recently, the head of the African Union, who is the South African president, was asking for what, 100 billion US dollars or something like that for the COVID-19. And when they happen to give some of that money, would that not come out with would that not come out with clause whereby the leaders of Africa will have to sign to encourage civil union for same-sex couples in the continent of Africa? Polygamy is not accepted in the West. It's not. But they're shoving down homosexuality in our continent, in our world, in our universe. Are we going to rise and fight for our universe, or are we going to be swallowed by white supremacy and the agenda that they have set? What are we going to do, Africa? This is King Echo. I'm out.